Just read number 16. Example number 16. I just make a good suggestion for everybody. Don't prepare any numerical, any theory from the textbook. Don't do that. Whichever points are missing in the textbook, whichever points are difficult, every such point I am making very much clear here, and all the intermediate missing steps I am writing here in the numericals. So once you understand from this description, you please prepare from this only. Then only you will feel that you are confident in numericals. Okay? From textbook you will never get that confidence. All the while you will be keeping yourself confused only. So don't do that. Whichever confusions are there, I am removing very much, and very clear cut presentation is here. The same thing you are writing in your notes. So better you prepare from this. Okay? Look, vector R formula, they have given t square I hat plus 3t j hat plus 24 k hat. What have they asked? To find out direction and magnitude of velocity. Let us find out. Come on. First of all, I want velocity. So, what is vector v? It is d by dt of a vector r. D by dt of a vector r. D by dt of a vector r. Vector r formula, same formula written here, no change whatsoever. Now, I hat is constant. D by dt of t square is 2t. Come on, 3 j hat is constant. D by dt of t is 1. Derivative of single constant term 0. But because it is here vector, I should add 0 vector. 0 vector. So now it is 2t I hat, 2t I hat plus 3 j hat plus 3 j hat. But they have asked to find out velocity at the end of 2 seconds. At the end of 2 seconds. That's why I am writing vector v2. Why it is written here 2? Because we are interested in finding out velocity at the end of 2 seconds. Okay. All that you have to do is to place the value of t as 2 seconds. Come on, place t equal to 2 seconds here. 2 to the 4 I hat plus 3 j hat as it is. Now velocity vector can be always compared with into dimensions vx I hat plus vy j hat. Come on, compare the coefficients of I hat. Vx equals to 4. Everybody? Vx equals to 4. Compare the coefficients of j hat. Vy equals to 3. Vy equals to 3. Don't you know magnitude? Come on, v equals to everybody. V equals to under root of. V equals to vx square plus vy square. V equals to under root of vx square plus vy square. What is vx? 4. What is vy? 3. 4 square, 16. 3 square, 9. 16 plus 9, 25. Square root is 5. Unit of velocity is meter per second. Tan theta formula. Tan theta formula is what? Vy upon vx. Say. Tan theta is Vy upon vx. Vy is 3, vx is 4. Vy is 3, vx is 4. 3 by 4, 0.75. 3 by 4 is 0.75. Now in the table of natural tangents, you must refer. You must find out that angle for which tangent function comes out to be exactly this much, or if not possible, then nearest to that. Find it out. Against 36 degree, below 54 minutes. Are you getting 7508?
Yes.
Sure? Yes. But I want 7500. I want 7500. What I am getting? 7508. What I want? 7500. Okay? So 8 is extra. 8 is extra. So that much I should deduct. So now refer the table of mean differences. Are you getting value 8 or nearest to 8?
9.
Are you getting 9?
Yes.
So let us subtract now 9. Okay? But what is the value of minutes above 9? 2 minutes. Say, at the top, what do you find above 9?
2 minutes.
So that much you have to subtract now. So 54 minus 2. 54.
Minus 2.
So it is 52 minutes. Say.
52 minutes.
And it was against 36 degrees. So look here. Tangent of 36 degree, 52 minutes. Tangent of 36 degree.
52 minutes.
It has come out to be 0.7499. 0.74? 7508 minus 9. 7508 minus 9. It is 7499. But you should say 7499. Say.
7499.
And before first digit there is a decimal point. There is a. So it is 0.7499. Correct? Now these two values are nearly equal. Nearly equal. Tangent functions are also same. So this angle must be equal to this angle. Theta must be, everybody, come on, 36 degree, 52 minutes. 36 degree,
52 minutes.
from here we get direction and from here we get magnitude. Okay. Now let us go for, look here, average acceleration. Average acceleration. During the motion of a body, if its velocity happens to change, we say there is some acceleration produced in the motion of that body. In short, whenever velocity changes, acceleration is produced. Acceleration is produced. Velocity is a vector. Velocity is a
Vector.
A vector can change in three different ways. Number one, by change of only magnitude. Number two, by change of only direction. Number three, by change of both magnitude as well as direction. Okay? In all the three cases, velocity is said to have changed. And whenever velocity changes, acceleration is produced. If you are finding that acceleration in a particular time interval, we call it average acceleration. We call it
Average acceleration.
And if you find it at a particular moment of time, we call it instantaneous acceleration. Okay? First of all, let us go for average acceleration. Shown by symbol average of vector A. Average of?
Vector A.
See the formula. Vector delta V upon delta T. Vector?
Delta V upon delta T.
So come on. Change in velocity. Change in
Velocity.
per unit time
Per unit time.
is called average acceleration. Is called
Average acceleration.
change in velocity of a given body per unit time is called average acceleration, shown by symbol average of vector A. Wait. Now we go for, come on, instantaneous acceleration. Instantaneous?
Acceleration.
Arey Baba, only just show it by symbol vector A. Remove the sign of average. Remove the sign of average. And now you know this instantaneous value is nothing but this average acceleration only, but in this ratio now we should take this delta T gradually smaller and smaller, smaller and smaller, smaller and smaller. There is no end to it, so we write mathematically limit delta T tends to 0. Limit
Delta T tends to 0.
vector delta V upon delta T. Vector delta V upon.
Delta T.
Whenever time interval is extremely small, we write dt. We write
Dt.
an extremely small change in velocity, let it be shown by symbol vector dv. Vector
V.
So you can just separate it. Come on, d by dt of a vector v. D by dt.
Of vector V.
D by dt.
Of vector V.
But what do you mean by d by dt? Time rate of change of.
Time rate of change
And
of.
from mathematics point of view, derivative with respect to time. Come on, derivative with respect to.
Time.
But this d by dt can be shown by symbol of dot. So this is nothing but vector v dot. Vector v dot. Vector v.
Dot.
As many times derivative, that many times we must place the dot. Look, vector A as it is, d by dt of a vector v. But vector v is how much? Vector v itself is how much? D by dt of a vector r. D by dt.
Of vector.
D by dt.
Of vector.
So this is derivative of vector r taken once and this is taken second time. So totally two times. Totally.
Two times.
That's why I'm writing here dit 2 upon dt square. Say.
D2 upon dt square.
Everybody compulsorily you must speak here 2 only and here square only. Dit 2 upon dt square. Dit 2
upon dt square.
of a vector r. Of a.
Vector r.
So this is second order time derivative of position vector. Second order time derivative of. Just now I told you, as many derivatives, that many dots. As many derivatives, we are taking derivative 2 times. So we must place now 2 dots. vector R double dot.
Vector R double dot.
That is how we must speak now. Vector R double dot. Fine. Don't you know vector A equals to d by dt of a vector V. D by dt.
Of vector V.
But vector V in two dimensions. Come on. Vx I hat plus V by j. Vector V is nothing but Vx I hat plus
V by j.
Vx I hat plus V by.
j.
Come on. Take derivative one by one. dvx by dt into I hat. dvx by dt into
I hat.
plus dvy by dt into j. And now you know very much vector A also can be written in two dimensions as ax I hat plus ay j hat. Compare. Come on, left hand sides are already same. So right hand sides can be compared. Coefficient of I hat, what is it here? Ax.
Ax.
And here coefficient of I hat is what? dvx by dt. Say.
dvx by
So
dt.
ax can be compared with dvx by dt. Come on, ax equals to?
dvx by dt.
Means what here? d by dt of vx. d by dt.
Of vx.
d by dt means dot. d by dt means
Dot.
So this is nothing but vx dot. Say vx.
Dot.
vx.
Dot.
But vx itself is x dot. vx itself is
X dot.
this dot I am writing already. Okay, but vx itself is x dot. So altogether it is x double dot. X.
Double dot.
Similarly, come on, compare these two. Coefficient of z, here it is ay. Here coefficient of j is dvy by dt. dvy by
dt.
So ay equals to dvy by dt. Everybody, ay equals to
dvy by dt.
means what? d by dt of vy. d by dt
Of vy.
means derivative of vy. But derivative is shown by symbol dot. So this is vy dot. Say
vy dot.
and dot as it is, but vy itself is y dot. Vy itself is
Y dot.
this dot I am pressing already, and this vy is nothing but y dot. So altogether it is y double dot. Y.
Double dot.
Y.
Double dot.
Okay. Now, say this is the direction of vector A. Say this is positive x-axis. Angle made by vector A with positive x-axis. I just take it as theta. You can resolve this vector into two mutually perpendicular components. Come on, this vector plus this vector. Everybody, this vector.
Plus this vector.
Then it will give you this vector. That is vector A. This is the component parallel to x-axis. Let it be shown by symbol AX. This is the component parallel to y-axis. Let it be shown by symbol AY. Come on, find out magnitude of vector A according to Pythagoras theorem. Magnitude of hypotenuse. Magnitude of what is it? Square root of summation of squares of remaining two mutually perpendicular sides. So here from this triangle A equals to under root of ax square plus ay square. Under root of
X square plus y square.
find out tan theta. Tan theta opposite to theta, that is ay, upon adjacent to theta, that is ax. Once you know these two components, you can find out tan theta, and from known value of tan theta by referring table of natural tangents in the log table, you can find out theta. Okay. What are the effects of perpendicular components of acceleration? Simple, huh? Suppose particular body is moving along this direction. When the body is moving along this direction, naturally its velocity will be in this direction. Okay? So this is giving you direction of velocity. Fine. Suppose direction of acceleration is this. Okay? Can you not resolve this vector into two mutually perpendicular components? Come on. This vector plus this vector. Everybody, this vector plus
This vector.
will give you this vector. So what are these two? Two mutually perpendicular components of vector A. But among two components, how to find this component? In the same direction of velocity.
Same direction.
So that component of acceleration which is parallel to vector B. Parallel to?
Vector B.
It is called parallel component. It is called?
Parallel component.
We just shown by symbol A parallel. A.
Parallel.
How to find this component? It is perpendicular to vector B. Perpendicular to?
Vector B.
Component of acceleration perpendicular to velocity vector. It is called A. Perpendicular. A.
Perpendicular.
When acceleration is produced? Whenever velocity changes. But velocity is a vector. Velocity is a
Vector.
it can change in three ways. By change of only magnitude, or by change of only, or by change of both magnitude as well as. Okay, fine. So remember, what does a parallel do? A parallel simply changes magnitude of velocity. Simply changes. Simply changes. And A perpendicular simply changes direction of velocity. Direction of velocity. And if both the components are present, they will do their job. One will change the direction, one will change the magnitude, and then ultimately velocity vector will change in both the ways, magnitude wise also, direction wise also. Okay, I repeat, effect of a perpendicular, effect of a is to change only direction of velocity, is to change only, and effect of a parallel is to change only magnitude of velocity. Okay, read now statement of sum number 17. I think I should do that job only. I should stand here only. I should go on changing the temperature one by one. For this purpose, I should appoint somebody else. Read the statement. Look, very easy sum. Vector V is 7t I hat plus 16k hat. We want acceleration. It is nothing but derivative of velocity vector with respect to time. D by dt of a vector V. D by dt of a vector V. Vector V is this much. Same value are written here. Correct? And now 7 I hat is constant. D by dt of t, derivative of t with respect to t, it is 1. Come on, 16k hat, it is a single constant term, and derivative of a single constant term is 0. But because here it is vector, I should add 0 vector. 0 vector when added with any other vector makes no difference. Makes no difference. So this is as good as 7 I hat. 7 I hat. Unit of acceleration. Look, unit of acceleration means unit of velocity upon time. Unit of velocity, meter per second. Say upon second. Meter per second upon second. Meter per second upon second. So it is meter per second. If you take magnitude, you should take it on both the sides. Here when you take magnitude, you should write only A, and when you take magnitude here, you know I hat is a unit vector. Why it is called unit vector? Because its magnitude is 1. So 1 into 7 is 7 meter per second. Got it? Next. Look, vector R equals to alpha t I hat minus beta t square j hat. They have given. But we also know standard format of position vector. What is the general expression of position vector in 2 dimensions? X I hat plus y j hat. Come on, x I hat plus y j hat. Look, compare. Compare this to, come on, coefficient of I hat. What is it here? X. Here coefficient of I hat, alpha into t. So x is, find out t. Speak out immediately. X upon alpha. Think from here. I am pointing here. You look here. Find out t. T is, what is coefficient of j hat? What is coefficient of j hat? Minus beta t square. So y equals to minus beta as it is. T square. T square. Make square here. X square upon alpha square. T square value is, so y equals to everybody minus beta into x square upon alpha square. Minus beta into, can I I rewrite this as 0 into x minus beta upon alpha square? Beta upon into x square. Can I write so? Because 0 into x will be 0 only na. So here I can write 0 into x minus beta upon alpha square into x square. Now compare this with a. This x as it is. Minus as it is. Compare this with small b and x square as it is. Have you remembered equation of a straight line? Equation of a straight line, y equals to mx plus c. Y equals to
X plus C.
Similarly, remember now onwards, y equals to ax minus bx square. Y equals to
Ax minus Bx.
y equals to
Ax minus Bx.
This is the equation of a parabola. Equation of a
Parabola.
Now the form of this equation is like equation of a parabola. Equation of a
Parabola.
So because this equation indicates equation of a parabola, we must say path followed by the moving particle must be parabola. Must be
Parabola.
path followed by the body. It is called trajectory. What is it called? Trajectory. Sometimes we call it locus of path. Locus of path or trajectory or path followed by the body. All the three have same meaning. And it is right now parabolic. It is right now
Parabolic.
written here. Path of motion is parabolic. Now see vector v equals to d by dt of a vector r. D by dt
Of vector.
d by dt of a vector r. What is vector r? Vector r they are given alpha d I hat minus beta t square z. Same formula written here. No change. Now alpha I hat is constant. D by dt of t, derivative of time with respect to time it is 1 minus beta j hat constant. D by dt of t square. D by dt of
T square.
it is 2t. It is 2t. Fine. So now it is alpha I hat. Say alpha
I hat.
minus 2 beta j hat into t. Or you can write minus 2 beta t j hat. Minus 2 beta t j hat. Minus 2 beta t j hat. Fine. Now we also know that vector v equals to in two dimensions. Come on. Vx I hat plus vy.
J hat.
Come on, compare. Compare. Coefficient of I hat. What is it here?
Bx.
And here coefficient of I hat.
Alpha.
So Vx equals to alpha. Vx equals to
Alpha.
and come on, coefficient of j hat. What is it here?
Vy.
What is it here? Minus 2 beta t. So Vy must be minus 2 beta t. But what is V? Magnitude wise, under root of Vx square plus Vy square. Under root of
Vx square plus Vy
square of this. Square of this will be, come on, alpha square. Say.
Alpha square.
And square of this will be plus 4 beta square t square. Plus 4.
Beta square T square.
Plus 4 beta square.
T square.
This is giving you magnitude of velocity. Magnitude of
Velocity.
Fine. Now what about vector A? Vector A equals to d by dt of a vector v. Vector A equals to d by dt of a vector v. Come on, when you take derivative of velocity with time, you are going to get acceleration. D by dt of a vector v. Vector v formula just now we obtained. Come on, alpha I hat minus 2 beta t j hat. Say alpha I hat minus 2 beta t j hat. Now this is altogether constant part only. Derivative of a single constant term is 0 vector. Because here it is a vector, I am writing here 0 vector. Come on, minus 2 beta j hat is constant. D by dt of t, it is 1. It is 1. Come on, so it is minus 2 beta j hat. Say minus 2 beta j hat. Now you can rewrite as 0 into I hat plus minus 2 beta in bracket into j hat. I repeat, 0 into I hat plus minus 2 beta in bracket outside the bracket j hat. So now you can compare vector A with in two dimensions. Come on, ax I hat plus ay j hat. Ax I hat plus
Ay J hat.
compare this with this. Come on. What is ax? Everybody. Ax is 0. What is ay? Ay is minus 2 beta. Fine. Now a equals to under root of ax square plus ay square. Come on. Ax is how much? Ax is how much? 0. Ax is 0. What is ay? Ay is minus 2 beta. Ay is minus 2 beta. It's a square. So now this is 0 only. Square of this will be 4 beta square. Its square will be 2 beta. Say, don't write plus or minus. Don't write. Why? Because this is magnitude of a vector. Magnitude of a
Vector.
modulus of any vector is either 0 or positive. Either 0
Or
it is
positive.
never negative. Never.
Negative.
So you cannot write here plus or minus. Okay, you have to take only positive sign. Okay, fine. Read number 19 now. Look, vector R formula they have given as vector B into T into 1 minus alpha T. Fine. Just multiply inside. Vector B into T into 1, that is vector B into T minus alpha vector B T into T square. Fine. We want velocity. How to get it? By taking derivative of position vector with respect to time. D by dt of vector R. D by dt of vector R. Vector R. Same formula written here. Same formula. No change whatsoever. Now, vector B is constant. D by dt of t, it is 1 minus alpha vector B is constant. D by dt of t square, it is 2t. It is 2t. Now, this is vector B. Minus, come on, 2 alpha vector B. 2 alpha vector B into t. Leave it. Now we want acceleration. It is d by dt of velocity vector. D by dt of time rate of change of velocity will give you acceleration. D by dt of vector B. D by dt. What is vector B? Vector B minus 2 alpha vector B into t. Same formula written here. No change. And now derivative of a single constant term is 0. But because here it is vector sign, I should add 0 vector. Come on. Minus 2 alpha vector B. That much part is constant. D by dt of t is 1. So now this is minus 2 alpha vector B. Minus 2 alpha vector B. And now tell me, we have got velocity vector, we have got acceleration vector also. And now third part of the sum, at the end of what time particle will return back to its initial position, that is what we have to find out. I am showing you. Vector R formula, same formula written here, same formula, no change. Now let me find out at initial moment at time t equal to 0 where the particle is. Let me find out. Just place t equal to 0. Just place t equal to 0. Put it here. Put it here 0. So this whole part will be 0. So I am writing 0 vector. But position vector of a particle at time t equal to 0. At time it is called initial position vector. Say. So we should write vector R0. Vector R 0. Why 0? Because it is at time t equal to 0. Got it? Now at the end of t time, the final position vector, if it becomes equal to initial position vector, then you can say the particle has returned back to its initial position. So in bracket I have given the reason. Particle returns at same initial position. Particle returns at so final position and initial position they are superposing at the same point. So their position vectors also must be same. Final position vector is equal to initial position vector. What is final position vector? Vector R at the end of t time. Vector B into t into 1 minus alpha t. Same value written here. And that equals to vector R0. But vector R0 is how much? 0 vector. Say 0. Now take magnitude on both the sides. When you take magnitude here, vectors and you can delete. So it is B into T into 1 minus alpha T. When you take magnitude here, it is only 0. Transfer this part in the denominator. So 1 minus alpha T will be 0 upon Pt. 0 upon Pt, that is 0. Transfer this part. From minus it will become plus. 1 equals to alpha T. 1 equals to alpha T. So find out T now. 1 upon alpha. T equals to 1 T equals to so at the end of this much time, it will so happen that final position vector and initial position vector they will become same. That is, final position will be just coinciding with the initial position. At the end of this much time, particle will return back to its initial position. Got it? Relative velocity. Relative velocity. The whole article given in textbook we can just divide into two parts. Look here. Earlier also we had done the same thing. Look here, everybody. What is the first part? Single body in motion and there are two observers. Moving body only one. Moving body only one. And there are two observers which are making observation from two different frames of reference. Okay? And second part, two bodies in motion and single observer. Two bodies in motion and single observer. Okay? In both the cases, the meaning of relative velocity is different. Formula is different. Look here. What do you mean by vector PA? Vector PA. Here P is a moving particle and A and B are observers. A and B are
observers.
So velocity of particle P with respect to observer A. This velocity of same particle but with respect to observer B. This is velocity of observer B with respect to observer A. Okay? And here two bodies in motion, let them be A and B, and single observer, say observing from ground. Then you can write relative velocity of body B with respect to body A. It is as good as velocity of vector B and velocity of body B minus velocity of body A. Velocity of first body will be coming at first place here, minus velocity of second body will come at the second place. Okay? Similarly, can you tell me what is vector B PQ? Vector B, what it will be? Vector BP minus vector PQ. Simple. What is vector B XY? Vector Bx minus vector By. Simple. Fine. Now, depending upon this formula, there is one very good sum, but in textbook they are solved in a very complicated, difficult manner. I am going to show you very short technique for that. Just read the statement of sum number 20 very carefully. Read it 2 times. Number 20. Look, we are going to solve this sum very easily. There is a stream of water, flow of water in a river, say towards right hand side. Here is the surface of water. Water is rushing towards right hand side. With a speed they are given 4 km/h. Fine. Look, one boatman can manage to drive his boat perpendicular to the flow of water. Perpendicular to flow of water. Okay, this way. Fine. But actually he is not trying to drive his boat this way. Where is he trying to drive his boat? He is trying to drive his boat somewhere in this direction. Correct? Because he knows that the moment he will try to drive the boat in this direction, water will push his boat towards right hand side. So velocity of water will be added. Come on. You know method of triangle. This vector plus this vector. Come on the head of first vector there is a tail of second vector. Where is resultant vector from tail of first to the head of second? Just give me the names of all the 3 velocities. What is this? Let me show it by symbol VA. Correct? Actual velocity of boat. What is this? Velocity of water. What is it? Velocity of water. VW. Correct? This vector plus this vector. This velocity plus this velocity will give you resultant velocity. Say. So I am writing VR. Sometimes we call it apparent velocity. What do we call it? As an observer, if I am standing at one of the 2 banks of a river, if I am standing here, and if I see that particular boatman is just driving his boat this way, he is coming in this direction, suppose, correct? Then what I will see, what appears to me, oh, its velocity is here in this direction, correct? So this is the apparent velocity. But if you ask that boatman, then where you are trying to drive the boat, then he will tell you that I am trying to drive the boat in this direction. Correct? So this is not actual velocity. What is this? Apparent velocity. Say, and from physics point of view, it is resultant velocity. Got it? Boatman is trying to drive his boat actually in this direction. But because his velocity is added by velocity of water flow, this plus this will give you this. Correct? This actual velocity you are given in the statement, I think 8 km per hour. Correct? 8 km per hour. Look. What about velocity of water? They given 4 km per hour. So this is 4 km per hour. 4 km per hour. And now we want this. VR equals to, come on, apply Pythagoras theorem. Apply Pythagoras theorem. Come on, VR will be how much? How much? Baba, this is right angle here. Come on. This will be how much? Square root of this minus square of this. This hypotenuse, na? Come on, this side will be how much? Square root of this minus square of this. So I am writing here 8 square minus 4 square. It comes out to be 6.92. 6.92 how much? Under root of 48, find out. This is 64, this is 16. 64 minus 16, 48, it's under root. 6.92. 8. Okay, 6.92, 8 kilometer per hour. Wait. So, this is the resultant velocity of the boat. Now, how is it traveling? How is it traveling? Come on, look here. Perpendicular to the flow of water. Say.
Perpendicular to the flow of water.
And that is how he reaches from one bank to the another bank. Perpendicularly. He is crossing the river perpendicularly. Okay? How much time will it take? That is also we have to find. Now it is very simple. Constant velocity. Constant velocity is equal to distance traveled divided by time taken. Distance traveled divided by time taken. Constant velocity though we have found out. How much? 6.928. Say.
6.92.
But what is the unit? Kilometer per hour. Say.
Kilometer per
So
hour.
distance must be taken in kilometer. Time must be taken in hour. Come on. What is the distance? 600 meters. Say.
600 meters.
And you know 1 kilometer is 1000 meters. 1 kilometer is?
1000 meters.
So when you want to transfer that value from meter to kilometer, you should divide. You should
Divide.
600 upon 1000. That is 0.6 kilometer. 0.6
Kilometer.
Divided by corresponding time taken, let it be t, which will you obtain in hour. Time in hour, from here you will get it exactly 0.0866. This many hour. Okay? Somebody is asking this time in minute. You know 1 hour is 60 minutes. 1 hour is?
60.
So if you multiply this by 60, you will get the answer. How much? 5.196. 5.196. This many minutes. This many. Okay? Just draw this figure this way. Find out VR. Find out this time in hour and then in. Okay? Earlier in this chapter, we had studied about equations of linear motion with a constant linear acceleration. Let us recall those three equations. The set of equation was like this. First equation, look, V equals to V0 plus AT. Remember? Second was D equals to V0T plus 1 by 2 AT square. Third equation was V square minus V0 square equals to 2AT. Correct? These were the equations of motion along a straight line. Okay. Now we are going to study right now about equations of motion in a plane. In a plane means in two-dimensional space. Okay. What can be the set of equations for that? Let us see now. I just consider a time scale on which, say, this is t equal to 0. Okay, that is initial moment. Later moment I take t equal to t. So what is the time interval lapse? It is delta t. It is t minus 0. T minus 0, that is t. Okay. Initial position vector of a particle, I just take it as vector r0. Final position vector, I just take it as vector r. So what is displacement? Displacement vector is always change in position vector, and so it is final minus initial. So vector r minus vector r0. Everybody, vector r minus vector r0. Here, initial velocity is suppose vector v0. Final velocity is suppose vector v. So what is change in velocity? It is final minus initial. That is vector v minus vector v0. Last time we had defined about average acceleration. Average acceleration. It was none but change in velocity upon time taken. Change in velocity upon time taken. Instead of average acceleration, at present you can write only vector A. Why? Why you are not writing average symbol? See the title. Equations of motion in a plane with a constant acceleration. Whenever any value is constant, you need not to take average. Okay? And even if you take average, that value will be just equal to constant value. So you can just discard this average sign and you can write only vector A. What is this change in velocity? Here it is. Look here. Vector v minus vector v0. Vector v minus vector v0. What is delta t? Value of delta t is right now t. Okay. Just transfer this t here. Okay. So it is vector a into t. Vector a into t. Here it is. Transfer this term on this side will become plus. So vector v equals to everybody. Vector v0 plus vector a into t. Okay. You must pick vector. Vector v equals to vector v0 plus vector a into t. Is this equation similar to this? Is this similar to this? Fine. Now just tell me what can be the components of this equation in a scalar form. In a scalar form. In two dimensions, if you think of any vector, it has two components. One is common x component, another is y component. So let us write two components of this equation in scalar form. One about x component, another about y component. What you should do, you should simply delete this vector sign. Delete the vector sign. Okay? And wherever it is a vector quantity, first of all write x component and then y component. Delete this vector sign. Instead of v, what I am writing here, look here, vx. What does it mean? X component of final velocity.
X component of final velocity.
Instead of v0, what should I write? v0x, x component of initial velocity.
X component of initial velocity.
Instead of a, what I am writing? X component of constant acceleration. Time is a scalar. Time is a scalar. Time is a scalar. Okay? There are no components of time. Okay? Fine. Then wherever it is x, now you can write y. So tell me from here, v y, say
v y
is equal to v0 y plus a y into t. Just check it up here. Vy equals to v0 y plus
a y into t.
Yes. What is Vy? y component of final velocity. Y component of
final velocity,
what is this? Y component of initial velocity. Y component of
initial velocity,
what is this? Y component of acceleration. Constant acceleration. Right? Average velocity, last time we had seen, it is displacement upon time. Displacement upon time. Come on, instead of average velocity, now I am writing this way, initial velocity plus final velocity divided by 2. Whenever acceleration is constant, you can find out average mathematically, that is mean of two velocities. Mean means average. Average of these two. Average of these two velocities means their summation divided by 2. Their summation divided by 2. So initial velocity plus final velocity divided by 2 will give you average velocity. What about vector delta? Vector delta is how much? Vector r minus vector r0. Vector r minus vector r0. Delta t is t. Delta t is t. Okay? If you want to find out this, then you should transfer this t here. Okay? Put this part in bracket and into t. That's what I written here. Vector r minus vector r0 is how much? Vector v plus vector v0 upon 2 in a bracket, and outside the bracket you should multiply by t. Come on, this is this into t. Come on, this into t. Put the value of vector v. What is the value of vector v? Vector v0 plus vector a into t. What is vector v? Vector v0 plus vector a into t. Correct? Rest of the part as it is. Okay, t also as it is. Just add now. Vector v0 plus vector v0. 2 vector v0. Say
2 vector v0,
2 vector v0 divided by 2 will give you vector
v0,
plus 1 by 2 vector into t. 1 by 2 vector into t. 1 by 2
vector into t,
and outside it is t. Take this t inside. Multiply inside by t. Vector v0 into t plus 1 by 2 vector a t into t. This. Transfer this part. From minus it will become plus. Vector r equals to everybody. Vector r0 plus vector v0 into t plus 1 by 2 vector a into this. Okay? If you match this with displacement, then this equation is like this. Look. D equals to v0 t plus 1 by 2 a t square. Displacement D equals to v0 t plus 1 by 2 a t square. Correct? Now write components of this equation in a scalar form. In a scalar form. Come on. Final position vector. Look. Initial position vector, you can write this way. Vector r0 equals to x0 comma y0. If you don't write it in the vector notation, come on. x0 I hat plus y0 j hat. Final position vector. Vector r equals to, come on, x comma y. In a vector notation, x I hat plus y j hat. So what is x component of initial position vector? Everybody, x0. Say
x0,
what is y component of initial position vector?
y0,
What is x component of final position vector?
x,
What is y component of final position vector?
y,
Fine. Come on. Write first of all x component. So here it is x, here it is x0, here it is v0x, t as it is, 1 by 2 as it is. Instead of a, what you should write? Ax, t square as it is. Simple. X equals to x0 plus v0x into t plus 1 by 2 ax t square. Wherever x, now write y. Write y. Y equals to, speak out from here. Y equals to y0 plus v0y into t plus 1 by 2 ay into t square. Y equals to y0 plus v0y into t plus 1 by 2 ay into t square. Correct? This derivation is not there in textbook. Directly they give the final step. I am showing you how to derive that. Vector v plus vector v0, just find it out from here. Find it out from here. Come on, transfer this 2 here. So 2 upon t, say
2 upon t,
into vector r minus vector r0. Here it is. 2 upon t into vector r minus vector r0. Find out vector v minus vector v0. Here it is. Ready? Come on, vector A into T. Vector
A into T.
Yes. Take now dot product between these two equations. Dot product between two equations means dot product of left hand sides is equal to dot product of right hand sides. Come on, this dot this. Don't say into. Don't say into, say dot. This dot this is equal to this dot this. Come on. Now apply distributive law. Distributive law. This dot this minus this dot this plus this dot this plus minus minus this dot this. Here T and T will cancel. 2 vector A dot vector R minus vector R0. Here vector A is written later and this vector is written initially. Now this vector I am writing later and this vector I am writing initially. Can I change the order? Can I change the order? Yes or no?
Yes.
Because dot product is commutative. Dot product is
Commutative.
vector A dot vector B is equal to vector B dot vector A. In a dot product you can change the order. You can
Change the order.
dot product is commutative. So here also I change the order. Come on, T and T getting cancelled. I have written 2. First of all I am writing vector A dot. Later on I am writing this vector, vector R minus vector R0. Now open the bracket here everybody. Vector V dot vector V plus minus minus vector V dot vector V0 plus vector V0 dot vector V plus vector V0 dot vector V plus minus minus vector V0 dot vector V0. Correct? Now can I change the order here? Can I change the order here? Yes or no?
Yes.
So speak out, change the order. Vector V dot vector V0.
Vector V dot vector V0.
But here it is plus and here it is so getting cancelled. Instead of vector V dot vector V, you can write V square. You can write
V square.
Why? What was the definition of vector A dot vector B? A B cos theta. A B
Cos theta.
Suppose I am taking vector A dot vector A. Correct? Dot product of given vector taken with itself. Taken with
Itself.
then wherever it is B, I should write A. Wherever it is B, I should write A. So A cos 0 degree. Because two given vectors, if they are same, they must be having same direction. They must be having
Same direction.
angle between two vectors in the same direction is 0 degree. Cos 0 degree is 1. So A to A square. So tell me everybody, vector A dot vector is how much? Similarly, vector B dot vector B. Similarly, vector B dot vector B. Vector V dot vector V. Simple. Vector V0 dot vector V0. Right hand side 2 vector A dot vector R minus vector R0. If you compare this with D, suppose displacement D, then this is something like V square minus V0 square equals to 2AD. Here it is. V square minus V0 square equals to 2AD. Got it? These three equations which I have made boxed, they are, come on, equations of motion in a plane with constant acceleration. Okay? Read now, statement of sum number 21. They have given one equation of final position vector of a moving particle. They are given like this. Equation they have not given directly. They have given initial velocity and they have given constant acceleration. Look. We know equation of final position vector. Vector r equals to vector r0 plus vector v0 into t plus 1 by 2 vector a into t square. Here it is. Same equation I have written here. Initial position vector, I should take 0 vector. Because the particle starts from origin. At origin, both the coordinates x and y, both the coordinates are 0. When both the coordinates are 0, that vector will be 0 vector. So this vector is a 0 vector. Come on, what about initial velocity? They are given 2 I hat. Initial velocity they are given 2 I hat meter per second. T as it is, 1 by 2 as it is. This is constant acceleration which they are given I hat plus 3 j hat meter per second square into t square. 0 vector, when you add with any other vector, makes no difference. This is 2t I hat. Come on, now this is 1 by 2 t square I hat. 1 by 2 t square I hat. This is 3 by 2 t square j hat. 3 by 2 t square j hat. Fine. Take I hat common. Okay. So inside the bracket, come on, 2t plus t square by 2. T square by 2. Come on. Put this part in bracket, 3 by 2 t square in bracket. Outside the bracket there is j hat. Now just compare this equation with general presentation of any vector in 2 dimensions. We write this way, x I hat plus y j hat. For position vector we write this way, x I hat plus y j hat. Come on, compare. Compare these two. Compare the coefficients of I hat. Here it is x. Here it is 2t plus t square by 2. Coefficient of I hat, what is it? X. Here coefficient of I hat is 2t plus t square by 2. Come on, 2t plus t square by 2. That is x. Okay, x. Compare coefficients of j hat. Here it is y and here it is 3 by 2 t square. Come on, y equals to 3 by 2 t square. Now you are given x coordinate in the statement. How much? 30 meter. How much?
30 meter.
X equal to 30 meter. What is the y coordinate? That is what we have to find out. Just put x equal to 30 meter. Put x equal to 30 meter. And right hand side is same. Multiply each term by 2. 30 to the 60. 2 to the 40. When you multiply by 2, 2 and 2 will cancel, giving you t square. Transfer this 60 on this side will become minus. So t square plus 40 minus 60. T square plus 40 minus 60 is equal to 0. And now factorize this. Find out such two values whose multiplication is minus 60 and whose addition is plus 4. 10 and minus 6. 10 and
Minus 6.
10 into minus 6. Minus 60. 10 plus minus 6. Plus 4. Say.
Plus 4.
That's why written here. Look. T plus 10 into T minus 6 equal to 0. Look. T plus 10 into T minus 6 equals to 0. 10 into minus 6 minus 60. 10 plus minus 6 plus 4. Correct? So now tell me. When the product of these two brackets is 0, you mean to say either this is 0 or this is 0 or both of them are 0 at a time. Okay? If you take this equal to 0, come on, t will be minus 10 seconds. T will be
Minus 10.
Can time be negative?
No.
So that is not possible. So take this equal to 0. When you take t minus 6 equal to 0, t equals to come on 6. Okay? Now what about y? Coefficient of j is y. Coefficient of j is here 3 by 2 t square. So y equals to 3 by 2 t square. 3 by 2 as it is. What about time? Time you got, come on, 6 seconds. Say, put it here. 6 square is 36. 36 upon 2, 18. 18 3s are 54 meter. Now at the end of same 6 seconds, they have asked also the magnitude of velocity. Magnitude of
Velocity.
I'm showing you. From position vector, if you want velocity, you should take derivative of position vector with respect to time. d by dt of vector r gives you vector v. So d by dt of vector r. This formula of vector r. Look here, this one. This formula of vector r I have written here. Same formula. You can check it up. 2t I hat plus 1 by 2 t square I hat plus 3 by 2 t square j hat. Take d by dt one by one in each term. Come on, 2 I hat is constant. D by dt of t is 1. Then 1 by 2 I hat, that is I hat by 2. I hat by 2 constant. D by dt of t square, it is 2t. Come on. 3 by 2 j hat constant. 3 by 2 j hat constant. D by dt of t square, it is 2t. Fine. Now 2 and 2 will cancel. This 2 and this 2 also will get cancelled. Come on. 2 I hat plus t I hat plus 3t j hat. 3t j hat. Fine. Now take I hat common. If you take I hat common, then 2 plus t in bracket plus 3t j hat. 3t j hat. Now you are asked to find out velocity at the end of 6 seconds. At the end of 6 seconds. So don't simply write vector v, write vector v6. Vector v6 means v mean to say it is the velocity at the end of 6 seconds. At the end of 6 seconds. So write vector v6. Just put t equal to 6 seconds here. T equals to 6 seconds. Put it here. 6 plus 2, that is 8. Come on. T equals to 6. Fine. 6 plus 2, that is 8 into I hat. 6 3s are 18 j hat. Now compare with two-dimensional representation of a vector. Come on, vx I hat plus vy j hat. Compare this with velocity presentation. Come on, vector v equals to vx I hat plus vy j hat. Compare. Coefficient of I hat, come on, here it is vx, here it is 8. So vx equals to 8. Coefficient of z, come on, vy equals to here 18. Now you know magnitude of any vector is always equal to square root of summation of squares of its mutually perpendicular components. So v equals to under root of vx square plus vy square. V equals to under root of vx square plus under root of vx square plus vy square. What is vx? 8. What is vy? 18. Simplify. Answer is 19.698 that millimeter per second. Okay. Bhavanlal, sleeping, trying to sleep. Already you had the sleep. Enjoying. Look now. What is called uniform circular motion? Uniform circular motion. A circular motion performed with constant speed is called uniform circular motion. A circular motion performed with a constant speed is called uniform circular motion. Never say performed with constant velocity. No! Velocity is not remaining constant. Magnitude of velocity, that is speed, remains constant. I am showing you why. Suppose one particle performs uniform circular motion on this circular path. Say clockwise, this way. Clockwise, okay? It passes through various points. I just consider 4 points. Look here, point number 1, 2, 3 and 4. Please remember, one general result will be useful to you at many places. Instantaneous velocity at any point along the path of motion is always directed along the direction of tangent. Instantaneous velocity at any point on the path of motion is always directed along the direction of tangent. Along the direction of tangent. If somebody is asking me, what is the instantaneous velocity of this particle at this point number 1? Let it be vector v1. Vector v1 at point number 1, let it be vector v1. But direction wise, in which direction it is? It is in the direction of tangent. Direction of tangent. And for a circle, tangent is always perpendicular to radius. Tangent is always perpendicular to radius. Then you may have a question, why I am not drawing this tangent this way? Why not towards left hand side? And why towards right hand side? Because the motion is performed clockwise. Had it been anti-clockwise, then it should have been in this direction. Got it? Let it come to point 2. At point 2 again, direction of instantaneous velocity. At point 2, let it be vector v2. Vector v2. It is in the direction of tangent, which is always perpendicular to radius. Correct? At point number 3, come on. Again in the direction of tangent, which is perpendicular to this radius. Again in point number 4, vector v4 is along tangent, which is perpendicular to this radius. So now tell me, how to find these directions? Vector v1, vector v2, vector v3, vector v4. How to find their directions? Are they same directions? Are they same directions? Different. Say.
Different.
This is along positive x-axis. Then this is along
Negative x-axis.
This is along positive y-axis. Then this is along
Negative y-axis.
So directions are different. Directions are
Different.
when velocity, when any vector remains constant, provided its magnitude and direction, both of them are remaining same. Both of them are
Remaining same.
here magnitude of velocity, that is speed is constant. Speed is
Constant.
But so far direction is concerned, direction is keeping on changing.
Changing.
So velocity vector is not constant. Velocity.
Vector is not.
That's why written here. Look, vector v1 is not equal to vector v2, is not equal to vector v3, is not equal to vector v4. But what is magnitude of velocity? Speed. Magnitude of velocity is
Speed.
and speed remains constant. Speed remains
Constant.
Let it be small v. Let it be
Small v.
That's why here also written. Come on, small v. Here also. Here also. Here also. Correct? And because that magnitude is just equal to length of that arrow. Length of that
Arrow.
and because the speed is constant. Speed is all the 4 arrows you must show by equal length. Suppose this length you are showing say 5 centimeter, then here also 5 centimeter, here also 5 centimeter, here also 5 centimeter. Correct? What about acceleration? Look, during this uniform circular motion, the acceleration in the motion, I say it has 2 components, a parallel and a perpendicular. Last time we understood, correct? A parallel is the component of acceleration parallel to path of motion. Parallel to and a perpendicular is the component of acceleration which is perpendicular to path of motion. Correct? I say present. In the present case, a parallel is 0. A parallel is
0.
Why? What was the job of a parallel? A parallel is responsible for change in magnitude of velocity. Change in
Magnitude of velocity.
Change in
Magnitude of
here magnitude of velocity, that is speed remains constant. So there is no change in velocity magnitude. That's why a parallel is absent. A parallel is 0. A parallel is 0 because magnitude of velocity, the speed remains constant. Speed remains constant. Okay. What is magnitude of any vector? Square root of summation of squares of its mutually perpendicular components. One is a parallel, another is a perpendicular. But right now a parallel is 0. A parallel is
0.
A parallel is
0.
So now square root of a perpendicular square, it will be a perpendicular. A
Perpendicular.
How will you show a perpendicular? Perpendicular to path of motion. Perpendicular to perpendicular to
Path of motion.
at this very point. Very short path, if you think it is like this. Correct? Very short path. And perpendicular to that. Okay? So direction of this acceleration is this way. Come on. This way means what? This way means what? Pointing towards the center. Pointing towards the
Center.
and because it is perpendicular path of motion, we call it a perpendicular. A
Perpendicular.
because it is pointing towards the center, I call it centripetal acceleration. Say.
Centripetal acceleration.
Because it is along the radius, its direction is aligned parallel to radius. Parallel to,
Radius.
we call it radial acceleration also. So here either you call it total acceleration or you call it perpendicular, a perpendicular component, or you call it centripetal acceleration, or you call it radial acceleration. All of them have got same meaning. And its formula, you have to just remember, very simple formula, v square upon r. Say,
V square upon r.
say,
V square upon r.
for uniform circular motion, the speed remains constant. And for a given circle, come on, radius is always constant. So this ratio will remain constant. Just repeat with me, everybody. For uniform circular motion. For
uniform circular motion.
Is velocity constant? No. Speed is constant. Say.
Speed is constant.
Is acceleration constant?
No.
No, because direction keeps on changing. From this point, what is the direction of acceleration pointing towards the center? It will be vector A1. Vector
A1.
from here vector
A2.
from here vector
A3.
from here vector.
A4.
All these four arrows have different directions. Have
Different
so direction-wise acceleration is not constant. No doubt, magnitude is constant. Magnitude of acceleration is constant. That's why written here. Vector A1 is not equal to vector A2, is not equal to vector A3, is not equal to vector A4. But magnitude A remains constant. A remains constant. That's why here also written A, here also A, here also A, here also A. Correct? And what is the formula for that acceleration? V square upon R. Say.
V square upon R.
Say.
V square upon
V
R.
is the constant speed and R is the radius of circular path. Simple. Based upon this small formula, there is one separate sum given in the textbook.